Assalamu alaikum. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. I am Muhammad Yasin. This is virtual class of Pakistan International School Taif. This class is for the students of grade 10. We are going to do exercises of chapter 9 today. This is our 18th video in this class. After today's lesson, we shall be able to write an essay. The topic is Qaid-e-Azam. We shall learn to change direct narration into indirect narration when the given sentence is in exclamatory form. We shall learn to do exercises of chapter 9 today. Dear students, we shall start first of all by the essay. Qaid-e-Azam procedure is with which you are very much familiar. We generate ideas, arrange them, write the first draft, proofread that, and finalize it. This essay is taken from your grammar book. It is given on page 54. I shall read main points of this. You can read it in detail. Let us start reading. The bright star of the history of Pakistan is Muhammad Ali Jinnah. It was the will of Allah that the physically weakling son of Punja Jinnah would one day be the founder of Pakistan. He was born in Karachi on December 25th, 1876. After his matriculation, he was sent to England for higher studies. Dear students, you can read it in detail. Language is simple and easy. He inspired the Muslims of India with his glorious vision. He worked hard for a separate homeland for the Muslims. The odds were against him. Yes, such type of things are mentioned here. Muhammad Ali Jinnah was the Qaid-e-Azam in the true sense of the word. His health had been breaking down under a heavy pressure of work. He died in Karachi on September 11, 1948. But founders and heroes like him never die. Dear students, this is the sample essay given in your book. You can read it. If you read 3, 4, 5 times, you will memorize it. Simple things are there. You are very much familiar with all these things. Let us move forward. Dear students, we are doing direct indirect. First of all, we learned to change simple sentences. Then there were interrogative sentences. Then there were imperative sentences. Now the sentences are exclamatory. Today we shall learn to change direct narration into indirect narration when the given sentence is in exclamatory form. In sentences expressing sudden and strong feelings or emotions and wishes, the reporter's speech is introduced by some verb expressing exclamation or wish. Dear students, sudden feeling is expressed in these sentences. For example is, he said, "Hurrah, we have won the match." How will it be changed? He exclaimed with joy that they had won the match. He said, "Alas, I am ruined." He exclaimed with sorrow that he had been ruined. He said, "May God help me do my duty." He prayed that God might help him do his duty. These are the examples. We shall follow the rules of these examples to do the coming exercise. Let us move forward and do the exercise. Dear students, this exercise is given at page 174. She said to her father, "May you live long." She prayed that her father live long. She said, "May you prosper." Prosper means get wealth. She prayed that he prospered. The mother said to her daughter, "May God bless you with a son." The mother prayed that God bless her daughter with the son. She said, "Would that my father were alive." She wished that her father had been alive. The mother said to her son, "May you return successful." The mother prayed that her son return successful. Dear students, I think you are getting some understanding of such type of sentences. Part number 6 is, she said, "What a beautiful piece of art." She exclaimed with wonder. Yes, we can use it. She exclaimed with wonder that it was a beautiful piece of art. Part number 7. He said, "How well she sings." She exclaimed with joy, you can write. She exclaimed with wonder, you can write, that she sang very well. He said, "Alas, we cannot defeat our enemies." He exclaimed with sorrow that he could not defeat his enemies. Here you can write they also. Part number 9, he said, "What a pity you missed that function." She exclaimed with sorrow that it was a pity she missed that function. He said, "Hurrah, I have won the medal." He exclaimed with joy that he had won the medal. Yes, students, this was the exercise. I think you have got understanding of changing direct narration into indirect narration when the given sentences are in exclamatory form. We have come to our book, textbook. This is the vocabulary section of our exercise, chapter 9, exercise A. We did in our previous lesson. Now we shall start from exercise B. In exercise B, we are said to use given sentences, given words into our sentences. Let us start. Advantageous. A free trade agreement would be advantageous for both countries. Innovative. There should be a prize for the most innovative design. Rewarding. Teaching is not a financially rewarding profession. Why it is said? Because they don't earn a lot. Aptitude. She showed a natural aptitude for dealing with the children. Considerations. Careful considerations are required for issues of health and safety. This is exercise C. Identify the difference between these terms after consulting the dictionary. Dear students, degree is the educational qualification. Certificate is a document showing qualification. Diploma, certificate awarded by an institution. Course is a program of study. I have tried here to differentiate. You read 3-4 times, you will get better understanding. In this section, there is exercise D. In this exercise, we are said to give a name to each of the following persons. Okay, a person who reports for a newspaper, that is news reporter, you are very much familiar with that person. A person who introduces performers at a concert, that is compare. Person who takes charge of school, headmaster or a principal, you can write here also. A person who gives evidence in the court, that is witness. A person who repairs boots and shoes, that is cobbler. A person who is skilled in the science of plants, that is botanist. A person who designs buildings is the architect. Dear students, we have finished vocabulary section. Now we have come to reading comprehension section. In this section, exercise A is there, in which we are going to answer the questions. First question is, what were some famous careers for young people in the past? You know very well, doctor, pilot and engineer were some of the famous careers in past. Nowadays, non-traditional careers are more appealing to young minds. Why? Because they are earning more in those professions. Non-traditional careers from IT, electronic media and web networking to online business, hotels and fashion designing are more appealing to young minds because Life has become more dynamic and innovative, and these careers have become more rewarding in terms of respect and money. Yes, it is like this. This is question number 3. What is meant by the right profession? A right profession is that which is selected according to the interest and aptitude of the professional, and it is rewarding in terms of satisfaction, respect, and money. Yes, everyone needs these 3 things. Question number 4 is, why is it important to consider the scope of any field? The scope of any field in terms of market demand should also be considered very seriously, because career having high hiring trend will be more rewarding in terms of satisfaction, respect, and money. Yes, students, this is question number 5. Is there any need of proper career counseling department? Yes, there should be a proper career counseling department at the school level, because parents and students are unaware of market trends, educational systems, and the scope of any particular discipline. That is why it is important post which should be there in each school. Question number 6 is, how can career counselors help young people? Career counselors are well informed about market hiring trends and determine the personalities of students to observe and analyze their interests. That is why they can help. Question number 7 is, which career do you want to opt for? Give reasons. I am interested in chartered accountancy. I have mentioned this one here, not necessary it is for you to write the same, because I like tough and highly paid professions. It can be started directly after the completion of the intermediate or equivalent education, and it is more honorable. Yes, students, read the text again and put the relevant information. Problem, what is the problem? Problem is choosing right profession. What is the solution? Go to some career counselor, and the second solution is choose profession according to your interest. Dear students, we have come to grammar section. In this section, we are getting some knowledge of noun clause. You know, noun is the name of person, place, or thing. Sometimes there is a phrase or a clause that is used in place of a noun. In that case, it is called noun clause. What is the function of a noun clause? It serves as a subject or object as a noun. It begins with words such as how, that. These are some words given here. An example is that you escaped. Injury amazed me. I expect that I shall get a prize. Let us move forward. Here is exercise A. In this exercise, we are set to pick out the noun clause in each sentence. I often wonder how you are getting on. This is noun clause. She replied that she would come. I went to see what had happened. He noticed that the clock had stopped. He could not decide whom he should address first. Dear students, noun clauses are underlined in this exercise. Here is exercise B. In this exercise, we are set to rewrite each sentence, changing the noun clause into a noun phrase introduced by an infinitive. Yes. They warned him that he should not deceive them. They warned him not to deceive them. This is the noun phrase and this is the noun clause. We have changed noun clause into noun phrase. We have replaced the noun clause by a noun phrase. We discuss how we could improve matters. We discuss to improve matters. This is infinitive phrase. She learned how she should use the machine. She learned to use the machine. Part number 4. The child did not know how he can reach home. The child did not know to reach home. The class discussed what they should make for the fun fair. The class discussed to make for the fun fair. This is present perfect continuous tense. Dear students, sentence structure is here. First of all, there will be subject, then has, have, had, and been will be there. Has, have will be there, been will be there, and then there will be verb. For what is it used? It is used for actions that started in the past and continue in the present. Actions that have recently stopped, completed. It is used for those also. Temporary actions and situations. For them it is used also. We use since and for. Very common time expressions used with the present perfect continuous. Sometimes there are questions in this tense. In case of question, has, have will become first, then there will be subject, been, and verb will be there. Sometimes we find them in negative form. In negative form, there will be subject, has, have, had, and not will be added before been. It will be the negative form. Dear students, these are the sentence structures of present perfect continuous. In interrogative form is here, in negative form is here. Okay, here we are set to use since or for. Since or for to complete these sentences. For is missing here, but you will use for or since. You should know where to use since, where to use for. For is written when we don't know when the work was started. For example, I have been studying for 3 hours. We don't know when I started. I have been watching TV since 7 p.m. The starting time is mentioned here in the sentence. That is why we shall write here since. Try to understand why we write here for, why we write here since. We wrote here since because the starting time is mentioned here. But here starting time is not mentioned. Here is 2 weeks. We shall write for because starting time is not mentioned. March is starting time mentioned, that is why we shall use since. A long time, starting time again is not mentioned. This is the rule. When we know when the work started, we shall write since, otherwise for. Answer these questions using the present perfect continuous tense. Why are you wearing joggers? I am wearing joggers because I have been playing football for hours. Why haven't you finished your work yet? I haven't not finished my work yet because I have been playing football for hours. Why are you looking pale? I am looking pale because I have been ill for 2 months. Yes, this is question 4. Why hasn't he seen you for so long? He hasn't seen me for so long because I have been living out of the city for 4 weeks. Why are you yawning so much? I am yawning so much because I have been working hard since morning. Why are you working so hard? I am working so hard because I have been out of the city for 2 weeks. You can write whatever you want, but the tense should be present perfect continuous. This is the given condition by the instructions. Dear students, this is oral communication skill activity. Discuss the following. Choosing a career is one of the most important decisions in life. What are the factors that will influence your choice? Use the following expressions to state your opinion. Yes, students. First, secondly, moreover, furthermore, at the end, the most important. Just like these expressions you can use and you can discuss it with your friend on telephone or when you visit your friend or when your friend visit you. This is oral activity, and oral activity is considered very important to learn language. Whatever the language is, it plays its role to learn a language. Usually we do it in the class. two students or two groups of students come in the front and they participate in the form of debate. They discuss with each other. But as we are not here in our class, you can do it at home with your friend on phone, or when you visit or when your friend visit your home. After this, there is writing skill. In writing skill, we are said to make a list of professions mentioned in the lesson and mention their qualification. Let us do it. For example, chartered accountant is CA, qualification is required for that. IT professional MCS, BIT, BCS, MSc. Fashion designer MA fashion designing. Master of business MBA is required to become master of business. Dear students, after this we are set to write a précis of paragraph 5. Full-time career counseling department at the school level is very important. The parents and the students are unaware of market trends and the scope of any particular discipline. The career counselors are well informed and they can guide the students to select career according to their interest and aptitude. These things are mentioned in paragraph 5. To write the précis means write it in short, whatever the points are mentioned in that paragraph. We have tried to cover all the points mentioned in paragraph while writing this précis. In exercise C, we are set to write an essay. The topic is my favorite career. I shall read main points for you. There are several paragraphs in this essay. You can change it, you can add in it, you can leave from it to write your own essay. I shall read main points for you. There are various professions like engineer, teacher, scientist, lecturer, but the doctor is my favorite. For achieving our aims, we have to work from the very beginning. We also have to work very hard in a proper way, because without working sincerely, we cannot achieve our set targets in our life. I searched my plus and minus side of intelligence. This is second paragraph that we are reading. Intelligence, and knew that I have a strong memory power. I score also well in a science subject. Therefore, I decided to become a doctor. It is because I judged my strength and I gave priority to my choice. This is paragraph 3. The second reason, one day when I was going with my family to market for marketing, I saw a poor man begging for his son. I saw that his son was dying because of a disease. I don't know what the disease was. From that day, I decided to become a doctor to help the needy and the poor people. This is paragraph 4. It is a very rewarding and satisfactory job. I know that becoming a doctor is not a very easy task. It is a long journey to study to become a good doctor, but I have confidence in myself to accomplish the target. A target is someone who can help ill people anywhere, anytime, and can give his family a good cure for health. Dear students, that is the essay. I have read for you several things which are mentioned over there. You can read it in detail and memorize it for your examination. Let us move to the next. This is the next exercise of writing skill. In this exercise, we are given some words and phrases. We are set to complete the following statements by choosing the appropriate word from the box. These terms are related to the letter. Salutation, when we say salam, greet, date, complimentary closing, signature, inside address, return address, writer's name, body of the letter. Signature is the place for the writer to handwrite their name. The recipient's name, company, this is inside address. You will get more information here. We have done it. Signature is the place for the writer to handwrite their name. The recipient's name, all these things are mentioned in inside address. Main body of the text is there where we mention the purpose. Complementary closing is at the end when we write yours sincerely, your loving son, and so on. The last line in the business letter is the writer's name, date is there, return address is our address in fact. Salutation is when we write dear brother, dear friend before the main body of the letter. Dear students, this is the shape of formal letter. Here you can understand better. You have done the exercise, but here you can develop better understanding. I have marked here also. For example, what is this address? This address is inside address. This is the address to which we are writing the letter. This is called inside address. This is the date, you know very well, and this is called return address. That is our address. Our address is called return address, at which the answer of the letter will come. This is called salutation when we write dear Muhammad, Mr. Rahman. This is complimentary closing when we say sincerely. This is the signature place where the writer writes his name. The writer can sign here also. And this is called writer's name place, and this is called signature place also. This is the main body of the letter. I think you have developed better understanding of different places in the letter. Yes, students, here we are set to write an application to the managing director of a firm for the post of a manager. First of all, try to understand what is the situation. The situation is there is a company. In that company, there is a vacant post of managing director. You are willing to work as managing director of that company. In that case, you are going to write the application to get that job. Okay, first of all, you will write your address, that is Pakistan International School type. Then you will write the address to whom you are writing, that will be here. After that, you will write it like this. Dear sir, in response to your advertisement in the Dawn of Pakistan dated this, inviting applications for the post of manager in your concern, I take this opportunity to apply for the said post. I give below for your perusal a resume. Resume is the CV in which you mentioned about yourself. Highlight in my qualification and experiences. Kindly do me a favor by giving me this job. I assure you that if I am given a chance to serve your concern, I will work hard and enhance the performance of your company with my dedication and experience. Hope you will consider my application favorably. Yours faithfully, Muhammad Ibrahim. At the end, you will write your name. I think you have got the idea of the situation. When you are well aware of the situation, you know what you are going to do. Then you can select your own words, own sentences. That will be correct. You must learn to express what you want to say. Say what you want to say, then write it. That will be correct. Don't be afraid. It will be wrong. Language will not be good enough. Sentence structures will be so simple. Whatever that is, you write, start and end, complete it. Then when you will be reading it for the second time, you can improve it. Write for second time, proofread it. But the main thing is you start, then you will develop confidence and standard will improve. Practice makes a man perfect. Practice it again and again. It will make you perfect, dear students. We have done the things which were there for today's lesson. In your homework, you will learn and write the essay, Qaid-e-Azam, that we did in our lesson in the beginning. You will learn and write the exercise that we did to change direct narration into indirect narration when the given sentences are in exclamatory form. After that, you will do all exercises of Unit 9 which are done today in your notebook. That is important to prepare them for the examination. Dear students, that is all from our today's lesson. See you later in a new lesson. Goodbye.